Alright, so literally someone just told me about a car across the street and they said it's a Miata, it's $500. Now, I'm not the biggest Miata guy that there is, however, it's $500 and it could make for a great project car. So the details I have are that it's a 2000, it's got around 70,000 miles, so really low miles for the year. There's a slight problem with it. If you already read the title, you know kind of what the problem is, but let me show you. And it's right there. It's literally across the street. And it's got that nice emerald green color, the same color my first car. I had a Honda Accord in emerald green. First thing we see in the front, little minor front end stuff. I bet you could get a new like aftermarket bumper for like inexpensive, sportier model, I'm guessing. I don't know these cars real well, but I know this one's got a problem. And it's up to you guys whether this is our next rebuild project. So right now I want you to take to the comments section. Tell me, are you into Miatas? Maybe you don't think this one's worth it, but again, $500, and it could make for that budget sports car we've talked a lot about in the live streams. So come around here and we'll just check the body really quick and go all the way around. And you can see everything's real straight. This car's in good shape. The paint on the trunk lid is a little, a little dusty, we'll call it. I don't know if a wet sand would take care of this. Likely it have to be repainted if we want it to look really good. Otherwise, you could drive it like this. A lot of guys are going to tell you track it, of course. But here, come around this side. Looks really good until we get right inside. You've got that Marlboro special blend, and it's not just because this car was smoked in. It's because this car caught on fire. I mean, check it out. All this is ash from the fire. Look at up top here. The visors are actually hanging, and it cracked the front windshield, as we can see right here. Let's get a close-up on what's going on. I mean, it's insane. So the owner said they were driving it and it just started to kind of smoke and then catch on fire. I mean, it smells like a fire in here. I guess the fire department came, put it out, and nothing electronic works. So the car doesn't start, doesn't turn over. This moves right here. It does feel like it's going into gear. We can see deep in there. It's likely the transmission is good. It's a matter of just checking it out. You can just see how everything is covered in ash. Door panel down here, ash and fire extinguisher stuff. Here's the seat and the kick panel here. The dashboard would have to be completely replaced in my estimation, especially because this part right here. Wow, check out that radio. I hope it wasn't a Blaupunk. Shout out MacGruber if you get that reference. And yeah, here it is from the driver's side. Everything from here back is, and actually, besides the ash that's all over everything, it looks workable. That's why I'm wondering whether we should consider this. So I think that this is the best part of the car, obviously. Again, I already told you 70,000 miles, but take a look underneath. And besides your typical dirt, I say it all the time, I like dirt in engines. I don't want to see anything clean. This is perfect. No fire over here. Everything looks great. It looks really clean. It's a 2000, a 17-year-old car, 70,000 miles. I don't have the key on me, but the owner did show me the battery in the trunk. It didn't catch on fire back there. The trunk is fine. It's literally in that center area. So I really need to hear from you guys because, yeah, it is a good deal. $500, you could part this car out for $500, but it's not my motive to buy the car to part it out. It's to create really good videos on getting a car like this for inexpensive, fixing it, and then having a really great, maybe you want it as a daily, maybe you want it as a weekend car, maybe you love Miatas, want to turbocharge it. What do you think about this car? We're not going to LS swap it. We're not going to dump more money into it than it's worth. It's not my sort of thing, but I want to hear what you guys would do with it. So definitely hit up the comments section below. The turnout from you guys is going to be the gauge whether or not this car comes home, goes in the barn, and starts getting torn apart. I've honestly not rebuilt a burned vehicle, but this one seems kind of straightforward. We don't know what's wrong with it until we tear apart the center console area. Once that's torn apart, we'll find if there's any wiring that's burnt up. Past that, we'll either repair or replace the whole harness. Since it's an older car, likely these parts are at the pick your part yard. And if they're at the pick your part yard, that means they're inexpensive. And again, it's old enough that these cars are going to be readily available in junkyards across the United States. You could likely call up one of these junkyards, have every single part you need to have this car complete and on the road, delivered to your house. I'm guessing it's going to take anywhere from like $1,000 to, on the real high end side, $2,000 in parts. That's not including my time, labor, and all that sort of stuff. Whether you're a Miata guy or not, if you think this would be an intriguing rebuild and one that you would watch, definitely let me know. As always, I appreciate you watching this video. If you have any questions for me, or if you just want to reach out to me, everything you need to do so is in the description box below. Thanks for watching, and we're going to find out really soon whether or not this becomes our next project car.